All right, we're back. One match left until the quarterfinals are set. And the winner of this match is going to take on Eala tomorrow night. Svitolina taking on Kudermetova. They're just warming up at the moment. So let's see what happens. Svitolina, second seed. One of the favorites to lift the trophy, along with Pegula. But we have found out this week that being a high seed is not always a good thing. A lot of upsets this week. And Kudermetova did come through the qualies and also won her first round match. So she had a very tough first round against Buksha. Actually, she played 2 3-setters to get here. Like I said, the winner of this will play Eala. Osaka and Cocchiaretto are also in the draw still. Schneider and Potapova just finished. Schneider got the win. So Schneider versus Samsonova. Pegula versus Kalinskaya. And Osaka, Cocchiaretto are all locked in. And then this one, winner plays Eala. So, yeah, let's see. And we've watched Eala this week, so it's a good opportunity to get an idea of who, because we'll watch the match tomorrow. The winner of this will play Eala, and we'll watch that tomorrow. We'll see, get a good idea of who Eala's opponent, what Eala's opponent looked like too. So if you're an Eala fan, you'll probably be interested in watching this because of that reason. But let's see. Let's see what comes of this. And Svitolina's having a great season. She is having a very, very good season. Not career best, but not a bad year. One of her most memorable for sure. Hey, F4, thank you for the 51 months. Does this mean Eala match is likely to be at the last match tomorrow, which is the morning here? No, it's going to be the first match tomorrow. So Shelton's playing last tomorrow. So yeah, it's the first match tomorrow. Tomorrow night. So yeah, it is a night match, which will be whatever time in the Philippines, but yeah. It'll be early morning, I guess. Hopefully a banger 3-setter to finish the day. It could be. These two have never played. So yeah. Let's see what happens. Were you surprised that Keys, Tiafoe, Tien, and Paul got upset in the early rounds? Yes and no. I mean, for most of them, it's the first hardcourt match coming back, right? So, a little bit surprised, but also not really surprised. A lot of players have been taking the distance here as well, right? Like Shelton and Pegula had tough matches. So, yes and no. All right, Polina Kudermetova has got tape on her knee, so we'll see if that makes any impact. As Svitolina wins the toss, selects the serve. Oh, me. All right. Here we go. A lot of people left after that Shelton match, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, what can you do? I think tomorrow there'll be a lot more people there for Eala and then Shelton anyway, so it's going to be a pretty big night session tomorrow. So the winner of this will have a better crowd tomorrow. All right. Svitolina to serve. I'm going to go Svitolina in... I'm going to go close straight sets. I reckon she'll get it done in straights. Why'd they leave? Now it's Thursday night, and, you know, Shelton being the American primetime, you know, player, they were here for Shelton. Which would have been interesting if they had Pegula on, but I guess because they knew they put this match on at night because they knew that the winner of this was going to play Eala on Friday. So I guess if Eala wasn't scheduled for tomorrow night, they would have put Pegula on, which would have probably kept more people around. It's a little bit hard to sell a match between two Europeans in America. But we'll see. We'll see tomorrow if the winner of this... I mean, Eala versus Svitolina might not be... I mean, then people might get there late because they want to watch Shelton more. I don't know. And it's 30-15. 30-15. As with a second serve, double fault. 30-0. 30-0. Svitolina serves again. Another fault. Second serve. And the return goes backhand of Svitolina. Svitolina in the net. We had a break point for Palina. I keep saying Palina because it's Palina. It's Kudermetova. Tentative time 11 p.m. Philippines. No. That is wrong. It'll be like 7 a.m. Philippines time. Return goes in the forehand of Svitolina. Svitolina in the net. There's the break. All right, 1-0. 1-0. Kudermetova. There's the start. All right, 1-0. Kudermetova. All right. All right, 1-0. Kudermetova. Break already. As the return goes for Kudermetova, she puts up the winner. And it's 15-0. This is Svitolina's first match after Wimbledon. Yeah, it is, yeah. Return goes into the forehand of Kudermetova. Slice from Svitolina. Into the forehand of Kudermetova. She puts that away. 30-0. 30-0. Serve again. Kudermetova fault, second serve. As the return goes the net by Svitolina, 40-0. Sorry, 40-15. 40-15. Kudermetova serves again. Another fault. Second serve. As the return goes back into Kudermetova. Kudermetova hits it out. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As Kudermetova wins the game. Svitolina makes the error. It's 2-0. 2-0. Kudermetova. All right. Nice shooting. Svitolina, 15 love. Are they not seeded? Svitolina is. She's the number 2 seed. 15 love. As the backhand return goes the backhand of Svitolina, and then Kudermetova in the net. Felinska, Umboko, and Baptiste. Who will be ready for the US Open? I think Umboko and Baptiste are pulled out already. So Felinska is the only one who's will probably play the US at this stage. The other two are not. I'm pretty sure the other two have withdrawn, or at least they're very unlikely. Baptiste won't play the US Open. I'd be like that. She's not playing. She's not playing the US Open. 40 love. As the lob goes up by Kudermetova, but it's long. And it's 2-1. 2-1. Kudermetova with the mini break. Who does the winner of this match play? The winner of this match plays Alexandra Eala from the Philippines. Is she related to the other Kudermetova? Yeah, they're sisters. She's the sister of Veronika Kudermetova. But this Kudermetova represents Uzbekistan. So I think it was at the start of this year that a few players have like a few of the Russian players have transferred to, transferred, that's the only way you can, how else do you put it? To Uzbekistan, to play for Uzbekistan. Again, I'm guessing because it's like maybe there's more opportunity, right? There's a lot of Russian players, so maybe there's the Federation for Uzbekistan can provide more for the players, kind of like Kazakhstan. Maybe it's like the new Kazakhstan for some of the Russian athletes. They can represent. Also, they'll be eligible for the Olympics, which I think is going to be a big deal. We'll probably see a lot of players who, because I know Belarus are back in the Olympics, right? They're allowed to. Are they back in the Olympics? I think they might be. But I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Russian athletes, tennis players. Probably, it's just because there's a lot, like Selik Mukteva recently as well. Obviously, Dasha came to Australia 12 months ago. Potapova, yeah. So there's probably going to be a lot of Russian players who want to play the Olympics. Will have to represent a country that is not banned from the Olympics, So yeah. Love 15. As we just serve again from Kudermetova. Double fault. Love 30. Baptiste ACL will be at least 6 months. Yeah, Baptiste is gone for a while. I think if Umboko pulls out of the US Open, I'm sure we'll get a massive, because we've kind of been kept in the dark about Umboko. We don't know what Umboko's going through. We know she has a knee injury. We know it took her out of Wimbledon, and we know it's taken her out of Canada. But we haven't really been informed by the severity of that injury. So I reckon if Umboko pulls out of the US Open, we'll probably get a bit more information about what the injury is. And to be honest, if she pulls out of the US Open, she might pull out for the season because, if she's missed 2 Grand Slams and she hasn't played since, like literally she got injured and then she retired and she hasn't played since, right? She hasn't even played 1 point. As Kudermetova in the net, back on serve. So yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see. Oh yeah, Umboko's not on the entry list. True. So yeah, Umboko is all but withdrawn from the US Open. So yeah, which again tells me that she's... I haven't seen any post about her going to surgery, but she might have done all that and had not announced anything yet. But yeah, Mboko's injury prone. Mboko, that injury was a freak accident. Like, that could happen to anybody. I wouldn't put that... The injury she got at Queen's Club, I wouldn't put that down to being injury prone. That was a total accident. Like, that could have happened to anybody. She slipped over in the way that we've seen a lot of players slip over on grass like that, and a lot of players have gotten away with no injuries. Some players have gotten slight injuries, and then some players have had bad injuries. So, yeah, I know she's had injuries over the time, but I don't think that knee injury was because of being injury prone. That was just unlucky. 15-0. That's just unlucky, and sucks because she was playing so well. All right, 30-15. Good serving from Svitolina. As she serves the fault, second serve. Backhand return goes long, and it's 40-15. Svitolina to take the lead. (40-15). As return goes wide by Kudermetova, and Svitolina gets his lead, 3-2. All right, 3-2. Okay. Okay. How we doing, chap? From bald Kraz to braid Kraz. True. I applaud tennis players. They play a match every day. They recover is amazing. My 52-year-old body is already aching just watching them. Fair enough. You've been on live for longer time, but anyways, thank you, especially for supporting Aryala. What do you... No worries. What do you mean you've been on live for longer time? Of course we are. We go live all the time, every day, for every match. Well, most matches. So welcome to the channel. This is called Tennis Talk, and we talk about tennis a lot. A lot. 15 love. As the return goes in the front of Kudermetova, but Kudermetova hits it wide. 15-0. AI predicted Kudermetova to beat Eala in the semis. Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy because they're not even playing in the semis; they're playing in the quarters. But that's crazy. That is crazy. What a crazy thing for AI to say. Some would say AI might be wrong. I mean, the first indication would be that, yeah, it doesn't even know what round it is. Yeah. 30-15. That's crazy. As the return goes to the forehand of Kudermetova in the net. 30-0. 30-0. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. I'll figure out what I'm going to do after this. I have no idea. As that lob goes into the net from Svitolina, 40-30. No one likes AI except the people's trying to sell it. Yeah. Anyway, it's 40-30. I'll tell you, Chad, if I see one more AI flyer, I'll rip it down. I'm seeing so many AI flyers around my neighborhood, and I'm sick of it. If I see one more, I'm gonna fucking lose it. They all look the same too. It's not even like they're like, you can tell they're AI because they're exactly the same. Like they are not. There's not even like. They're not even slightly different. They're the same font. They're the same colors. They're the same graphics. They're just exactly the same. There's no difference. Like, they're totally the same as every other piece of AI slop on the internet. It's just like, bro, you can't fool me. I'm the gingerbread man. As with a 4-4 rally, as with a 4 again from Svitolina. Kudermetova 4 again. The 4 of Svitolina is Kudermetova drop shot. And the slice in the net by Svitolina, advantage Kudermetova. She did, however, face Polina Kudermetova later in the season and lost where Eala lost in the semi-finals. Yeah, Eala's on drugs. Like, what are you talking about? So AI is on drugs. What are you talking about? Like, that's crazy. Like, what do you mean? AI is tripping. What is AI saying that, like, what, it predicts the future now? What are you talking about? AI is tripping. AI's got nothing. Like, what the hell are you talking about? AI is saying they already played in the semis. AI is just predict. What are you talking about? AI is tripping balls. They're not even going to play the semis. They're playing the quarterfinals if Kudermetova wins. What do you mean? No, Eala, not Eala. AI. Sorry, I got AI. AI is on drugs. Eala's not. Eala's fine. AI is tripping balls. Stop using AI. It breaks the environment. Stop. Every time you press that button to get AI slop, you're wasting water, which you could be drinking and stay hydrated. All right? Stop wasting water. Deuce. All right. Nice serving from Kudermetova. Advantage. You can rearrange your DVD collection. True. Now, I might go to the thrift after this. I might go to thrift store shopping. I haven't been thrifting today. Did I go? No, I didn't go yesterday either. I went to the movies yesterday. I might go to the thrift. No, I did go to the thrift yesterday. Backhand rally. Kudermetova wins the game 3-all. Yeah, don't use AI if you don't have to. It's probably not good for the environment. I asked AI if Jasper, you are an AI fiend. By the way, Jasper, I don't care what AI says because most of the time it's not right anyway. It gets things wrong all the time, so I don't care what AI says. I'll look up the answers myself. I'll find the answer myself. All right, love 15. I googled Veronika Kudermetova. Well, this is her sister. This is Polina Kudermetova. Veronika Kudermetova is her sister. There's two Kudermetovas. Winner plays Eala. Yeah. The winner of this plays Eala in the semis. So the quarters. God, now they've got me fucked up. All right, love 30. Now I'm getting confused. Wait, hang on. Is it in the semis or the quarters? I don't even know anymore. Now I'm lost. Oh, my brain. Oh, no. I'm losing it. Love 30. Oh, double fault. Love 40. Kudermetova to get that break again. Let on the first serve. Serve again. That's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes out by Kudermetova, one saved. 15-40. There's a fault from Svitolina, second serve. As a return winner by Kudermetova. And she gets the break again. All right. 4-3. If Kudermetova wins this match, she will face Eala in the semis. It appears we are heading for that direction. Now, Jasper, okay, you keep yapping about this. One, that's not right. This is the she'll play the quarterfinals tomorrow. They'll play in the quarterfinals. So that's wrong. But two, why are you so... You seem very excited for AI to get it right. So what are you like? You need AI to get this right, so then you can ask for life advice from AI, which then will probably put you down the wrong path anyway. Make your own decisions. You're a human being. Humans, the best thing about us as humans is we can decide what we want to do. We can make our own decisions, and we should live by them. Instead of making an AI tell us what to do, or we ask the AI what to do, and then we go down the path that maybe is not good for us, sometimes it might get it right, or we might actually do something good with our lives. But, maybe not use AI for advice. Why don't you come up with your own theories? Stop using AI for predictions. Use your brain, You make the decision. Because that's what AI is there to replace our thinking, chat. Where's my hat? Where's my tinfoil hat gone? And it starts with Jasper asking for predictions. That's where it starts. I'm pretty sure that's how Terminator started. I'm pretty sure John Connor asked who's going to win between Kudermetova and Eala. And then all of a sudden, Arnie comes out of nowhere and nude, right? He was naked in the desert. He was nude. And he gets the bikey outfit and he jumps on the motorbike. That's how the movie started. So it starts with Jasper using AI for tennis predictions, and it ends with the doomsday. So let's just all relax, all right? Judgment Day, we don't want to get to that, all right, Jasper? So stop it. Stop it. We need to stop. This is where it started, all right? I don't know about you, but I like the way things are. I don't want to go to the future's scary. I don't want that shit. Terminator is not. That's a. I don't want to live that life. 40 love. I'm not excited. I'm concerned that AI might get it right. If AI gets it right, it's a fluke, right? It's just like me getting it right. Right? It's a guesstimate. If AI gets it right, it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't make... By the way, it already got it wrong. Because it thinks it's going to be a semi-final. It's already wrong. AI already fucked up, right? It's thinking they're playing in the semis. Mistake. Wrong already. So, it's already wrong. All right, Kudermetova, 5-3. As Svitolina, 15 love. Who do you think's a better opponent for Alex? I mean, look, I think Kudermetova, Alex would rather play Kudermetova. Even though she beat Svitolina recently, I think Kudermetova... actually, you know what? To be honest, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Because there's pros for Eala both ways. She plays Svitolina. She's beaten her before. And she probably is the underdog against Svitolina, maybe. Against Kudermetova, she'll be the favorite. But also, she's playing so much better at the moment. So you would back her in both. In both matches, you could back her. She'd like her chances in both, right? So I don't know. Maybe Kudermetova, but then Kudermetova will play with nothing to lose. And is that a problem? I don't know. Eala does play better as the underdog. Like, she does like that status. So maybe playing Svitolina will be better. So that way, she'll be able... I mean, it depends on how this match goes, because if this goes 3 sets, and Eala will be the favorite against Svitolina, possibly. I don't know, ask Jasper. Jasper, what's the answer? All right, backhand to backhand rally. As Kudermetova again at the backhand of Svitolina. Kudermetova forehand again, the backhand of Svitolina. Cross court, the backhand of Kudermetova. Svitolina forehand on the stretch. Svitolina gets it back with a forehand up the line. Kudermetova slices it back though. And then a drop shot in the net by Svitolina. And Kudermetova, good hustle, deuce. We get to deuce. I tell you, the way Svitolina's playing, I would say Eala would rather play her. If this is the Svitolina that shows up tomorrow night, she'd rather play her. First serve's a fault, second serve. As it a forehand rally. Kudermetova again. The forehand of Svitolina is Kudermetova forehand again in the net. By the way, I just realized these two are wearing a very similar color outfit. And if it wasn't for the blonde hair of Kudermetova, it'd be very hard to commentate. But lucky I'm a pro. Advantage Svitolina. All right, first serve, the fault, second serve. As the return goes back in Svitolina. Forehand now from Kudermetova. Drop shots wide. And Svitolina holds, but Kudermetova's got the break. All right, she's going to serve at the set. Kudermetova. All right. I'm glad you made it clear that they will meet in the quarters. Phew, that was close. All right, Jasper, you know we're just mucking around. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of AI. I can see its uses, but also I find it annoying. But I can understand why people use it. Eala versus Kudermetova will probably be better. I don't know. Like I said, I think there's pros and cons to both players for Eala. If she plays Kudermetova, Kudermetova's got nothing to lose. And that could be scary. Whereas if she played Svitolina, at least Eala has, she has a win over Svitolina recently, and Svitolina also has that loss in her mind against Eala recently. So there's that to consider as well. Whereas Kudermetova never played Eala and really doesn't have anything to lose. Eala will be the favorite. So Kudermetova could be very dangerous for Eala. Has a bit more of an aggressive game than Svitolina too, which means, Eala, might not have it her own way in the rallies, which can be a problem. So yeah, maybe the more I talk out loud, the more I'm thinking she'd rather play Svitolina. Especially if Svitolina has to play 3 tonight. That'd be a bonus for Eala. How do we know you are not not an AI? That perfect hair is not human. All right, stop complimenting me, okay? As with a serve, double fault, 15-30. They played before Kudermetova Eala. Are you sure it was Kudermetova Are you sure it was this Kudermetova? Because there's 2 Kudermetovas. Let me have a double check. Are you sure it's this Kudermetova? Okay, so I'm looking here. So, 2024, you're right. So they played back in Dubai, a W100. Svitolina, 15-40, chance to get the break back. 15-40. I can't see when the second time they played, but they did play. You're right, they did play. All right, 15-40. It says here they played 3 times. They played both in 2024, hard courts, and you're right, Kudermetova won both. She won both in 3 sets, so they weren't easy matches, but she did win both. You are correct. But they don't show ITF stuff on the WTA website. All right, Svitolina breaks back. Nice returning. All right, so yeah, they played. Yeah, it was Eala won the first set in their last match, and then Kudermetova came back to win. And then they played a 3-set match with Kudermetova winning 6-2 in the third in 2024 February that year. Both on hard court. So, yeah, I mean, that's a little scary for Eala too, is the head-to-head. So, yeah, again, I think we can all agree that she'd rather play Svitolina. Play the devil you know, right? Not the one that you don't know how to beat. At least she knows how to beat Svitolina. Why would Veronica play an ITF? I don't know. Because she could. Why not? She's allowed. She can do whatever she wants. Why couldn't she? She's allowed. Anyways, love 30. Svitolina serves the fault. Second serve. There's a bit of let on the second serve. And a bit of serve to the backhand of Kudermetova, but she sliced it in the net. 15-30. There's a bit of fault from Svitolina, second serve. Oh, double fault, man. So Svitolina is putting in a stinking performance. This is terrible. She is playing terrible. 15-40. As the return goes into the backhand, but it's out by Kudermetova, and it's 30-40. Even if Eala survives the quarterfinals, Osaka is probably in the semis. Yeah. I would love that, though. I mean, Osaka-Eala semi-final would be so fun. Good serving Svitolina back to deuce. That would be so fun, though, if we got that match. That would be such a fun match. And the return goes out by Kudermetova, advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina. To get the lead again. First serve the fault, second serve. Serve in the back into Kudermetova. Return winner, back to deuce. No, back to deuce. Now we're at fault, second serve. Serve in the back into Kudermetova. Return goes in the front of Svitolina. Svitolina hits a wide. And Kudermetova gets another break point. Advantage Kudermetova. Serving to the forehand of Kudermetova. And Svitolina hits it wide. Kudermetova breaks again. She will serve for the set. All right, 6-5. Alex is not even at her peak yet. Imagine if she wins the tour. Yeah, I'll tell you, and I said this yesterday, or the other day. I think we haven't seen yet, right? We've seen the rise of Alex Eala, right? But it's going to be interesting to see what happens when she becomes the hunted. Because as a hunter, she's been great, right? And when I say that, I mean the player she becomes the target for like the upset, right? At the moment, she's playing most players as the underdog, she's playing a lot of players as an underdog, or she's playing a lot of players as the slight favorite, right? You know, she was a slight favorite against Fernandez, and she was an underdog against Zhang. And, you know, if she plays Svitolina, I don't know, maybe 50-50. But it'll be interesting to see how she deals with being the one to beat consistently, right? When she's the first, second, third round. You know, it's not until she plays a top 10 player that she'll be the underdog again, maybe, you know. Because we haven't seen that yet. We've seen her, she's always, you know, at least in the last, you know, couple of years, 18 months, she's been between, you know, sort of 50 and 30, right? When she comes top 20, there's a lot less players. You know, you'll be favored against a lot more players, which comes with a different pressure, right? Comes with a different expectation. So I'm interested to see how Eala deals with that next, because it's all fun and games. It's all rosy, right? When you climb in the ranks and you're going up, and it's like, oh, career high ranking, 28 in the world. Oh, top 25. Yes, let's go. But it doesn't go in a linear line, right? I mean, tennis doesn't just go all the way up like this to number one. It goes like this. So what happens when things start to go bad, which they always do. They do for everybody. Look at Sabalenka's career. Look at Swiatek's career. Look at any player's career. They never go like this and then just stay number one, right? It never goes like that. There's always dips. And she's on a massive high at the moment, right? She's career high ranking, best form of her career. I'm interested to see what happens when things are not going well. Because I know mentally she can deal with it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, because we haven't seen that happen. And I feel like we're going to get to that point maybe, I mean, we might get to that point post-US Open, where she becomes, you know, maybe she has a good US Open, she gets top 20, and then the Asian swing and the end of the year, the pressures are there, and we get to see a little bit of what Eala looks like defending that spot instead of trying to, you know, rise. It'll be interesting. But every player has to go through that. That's just the way it is. Yeah, the prey versus the predator, right? Anyway, Svitolina 15-30. Because she thrives as an underdog. We know that. Eala is the underdog. Loves that. She thrives. But what happens when she's not the underdog? Consistently not the underdog. Like she's expected to win. You know? That'll be interesting to see what happens. If there's anything in her game changes, how she goes about playing. That's the real next test. It's not about winning slams in the 1000s. The next test is, defending her position as a top 30 player. And top 20, maybe, All right, 30-0. 30-0. But that won't matter until, it won't matter now. That'll be, next year's problem. 30-0, backhand rally as Kudermetova hits a lovely winner. And it's 40-30, set point. Are we going to watch the Asia Games next month? Depends who plays. Who's playing? We might, because after the US Open, it's pretty quiet. So we might tune in. If like Zhang and Eala and some of the big players from Asia play, we might watch, yeah. When's it start? Second serve. In the back of Svitolina, return the forehand of Kudermetova as they go forehand to forehand. And then Kudermetova again, the forehand to Svitolina. Kudermetova up the line. Svitolina backhand on the stretch. Kudermetova straight to Svitolina, and Svitolina hits a winner. All right. Deuce. It's in September. Well, so is the US Open. I mean, Zhang's the defending champion, so she'd play for sure, right? The Asian Games are being played in Japan. So yeah, we might. Again, it just depends on who plays and if I can watch it. Because I might not be able to find it. As that goes in the net by Kudermetova, advantage. Advantage Svitolina. But yeah, I know Zhang, she won the gold medal last time. All right, forehand rally. Svitolina to get back on serve. That's Kudermetova forehand up the line to the backhand of Svitolina. Kudermetova backhand to backhand with Svitolina. Getting the backhand of Kudermetova. Svitolina backhand wide up the line. As deuce. And Eala won a bronze medal. So, yeah, Zhang. I think Zhang and Eala played, didn't they, in the semis? And that was before Eala won the US Open Juniors. Or it was after the US Open Juniors. Eala also won the mixed doubles bronze medal. All right, double fault from Kudermetova. And it's advantage Svitolina. As a forehand rally, now a backhand from Svitolina. Kudermetova goes up the line. Svitolina forehand cross court. Kudermetova gets it, but hits it in the net. Tie break. Tie break. By the way, apparently, if you're from Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan, you can play the Asia Games. That would be kind of awesome. I don't think Raducanu is playing the Asia Games, but it would be kind of fun to see a bunch of the Kazakhstani and Uzbekistan players play. Also, Japan can play too, right? So it'd be fun to see Osaka. I mean, the Asia Games could be crazy. I don't know what the qualification is. Maybe you have to be, there's something you have to be a resident in the country or something. I don't know what the process is of being eligible to play, but I mean, they represent that country, right? So, like, it'd be so crazy to have, like, Eala, Osaka, Zhang, Raducanu. Like, that could go off, but it's not going to happen because after the US Open, I'm sure they're all going to go on holiday. Most of them. Eala and Zhang will play because they've played before, but, I mean, I don't think Osaka and Raducanu are going to go on holiday. I don't think they're going to play the Asian Games, but still, how cool would it be? Anyways, 1-0. Svitolina hits it out in the return, 1-1. The Asian Games starts after the US Open, though. Like the week after, so. We might watch it, because after the US Open, it's pretty quiet. Like, there's not much going on after the US Open, so. We might, if I can figure out how to watch it. Why not? Yeah, after the US Open, we got Laver Cup. Yeah, so why not? Davis Cup, Laver Cup, so it's pretty quiet. Double fault, Kudermetova 2-1 Svitolina. If you win gold medal Asia Games, you will get direct ticket to the next Olympics. Oh, so okay. Yeah, Put and Saver could play. That'd be fun. All right, as we get a return out of the forehand of Svitolina. Forehand from Kudermetova to the back of Svitolina. As Kudermetova back in again, the back of Svitolina. Kudermetova back in up the middle. Svitolina gets it back with a forehand to the forehand of Kudermetova. Forehand from Svitolina again. The forehand of Kudermetova, she puts that away. It's 2-2. We're back on serve. Yeah, Chen will probably play, true. A lot of the Thai players as well. All right, nice serving from Svitolina, 3-2. All right, 3-2. As the return goes forehand of Kudermetova, and then the backhand in the net from Kudermetova. Svitolina gets the mini break again. 4-2, they change ends. 4-2 Svitolina. No, 4-2 Svitolina. We're going to fault. Second serve. Serving the backhand of Svitolina. Kudermetova backhand the forehand of Svitolina. Svitolina hits it out. 4-3. 4-3 Kudermetova holds, but Svitolina's got the mini break. All right, 4-3. As the return goes in, the backhand of Kudermetova, backhand of Svitolina. Kudermetova backhand to the forehand of Svitolina. As Kudermetova up the line to the backhand of Svitolina. Off the tape, Kudermetova backhand straight to Svitolina's forehand. Kudermetova backhand drop shot is in the net. 5-3, Svitolina. All right. Svitolina 5-3 with the mini break. First serve is a fault, second serve. She double faults. All right, Kudermetova gets back on serve. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. And then she double faults. All right, Svitolina's got set points. What an ugly tiebreak. 6-4. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Is into the forehand of Svitolina. Kudermetova hits it long on her forehand. And Svitolina takes the first set. It was a grind. She gets it done. 7-6. All right, first set in the bag. Was not an easy set. Kudermetova had the better of the set for the most part, but just couldn't close it out. 8 double faults to 6 in favor of Kudermetova. 12 winners, 23 errors from Kudermetova. 6 winners, 14 errors from Svitolina. So pretty ugly set all round from both. But Svitolina just a little better, little more consistent in the tiebreak. 3 breaks each in that tiebreak. In that set as well. So that was not a pretty set. But Svitolina gets it. She's 1 set away from the rematch against the Boogie Woman. You need a good sleep tomorrow for Alex quarterfinals. Now, we've got heaps of stuff. We're watching matches before that. There's matches on before that we're going to watch. Eala's match is going to be like the last match of the day for us. We're going to be watching plenty of stuff before that, so the Eala match is just the icing on the cake. We've got Osaka, we've got Fritz, Demonor, Pegula all playing tomorrow. It's a big day. Quarterfinal day. All right. Let's see how Kudermetova responds after dropping the first set. All right, 15 love. With a drop slice forehand from Kudermetova to winner, 30 love. Schneider mopped the court with Potapova in 55 minutes. Yeah. 40 love Kudermetova. Brocam, take a coffee. I can't afford to. Can you... I need a donation for... I'm just kidding. No, I'm good. I'll have a coffee later. All right. First game, one love. Do Washington apples taste good? I have no idea. No clue. Chat? Somebody know the answer? All right. That forehand goes in the net from Kudermetova. 15 love. All right. Is Kudermetova too strong? 15 all. As that goes out by Svitolina. Sorry, by Kudermetova, 30-15. Uh, 40-15. Can you show again the postal address for your postcards? Yeah. There's the PO box down below. 40-15. All right. Svitolina, one all levels. One game all. One. As a return, goes in the 400 of Svitolina. 400 from Kudermetova is a winner. All right. 15 all. All right. Is Kudermetova good serve? 30-15. As that goes out in the return. Nope, that was a double fault. 30 all. $30 all. Uh, 40-30. Kudermetova to take the lead again. And Kudermetova holds. All right, 4-3. Two one. 2-1. For Kudermetova in the second. Not too bad for 101 in the world. I mean, Kudermetova was, not that long ago, was much higher ranked. But now has dropped down because of points lost. But she was top 50, I think, for a while. Like, not that long ago. I think 12 months ago she was in the top 50, right? Yeah, 12 months ago she was top 60. Yeah, she was during the clay season last year, she was in the 50s, and then she was like kind of hovering around 60 in the world at this time last year. That was because she made the final. She won an ITF event in Dubai. Well, she made the final of one in Dubai, and then she made the final of Brisbane. She qualified for a couple of big tournaments. Third round of Indian Wells helped as well, but then this year, she made the final of Canberra at the start of the year, but losing all those Brisbane points and losing all those points from that 100 event in Dubai, those two events combined, she went from 75 to 167 in the world. So those two events just kind of nerfed her ranking, but she's slowly climbing back up. You know, she's made a couple of challenger finals and challenger runs. Hasn't been able to qualify for the slams, or at least not French Open. She qualified for Wimbledon, lost to Samsonova first round. Obviously having a good run here in DC. So she's slowly getting back up the top. But 12 months ago she was up in that top 100. 40-15 double fault from 40-30 double fault from Svitolina. As Svitolina hits the line, 2-2. Why does Eala not win any Grand Slams? Monica Seles won 8 at 18. I mean, what a silly question. You made an account 2 days ago, so I wouldn't expect anything less. Your account was born yesterday, so 2-2. As a backhand winner from Kudermetova. But hey, you got your little attention, so there you go. I read your name. I read your yay. You did it. Now go get it, make a new account. 404 rally. As Svitolina puts it away. 15-0. I mean, 2 days is wild. At least you took 1 day to be like, oh, I'm not going to say anything, so he won't notice. But the name gave it away. I mean, Mark Twain, come on. 15-0. Better of calling yourself Roger Federer. 15-30, double fault. $15.30. As Kudermetova, 30 all. All right, 30-40, break point. Break point for Svitolina. As Kudermetova survives, we get to deuce. Before Sabalenka won her first Grand Slam, Osaka and Serena made her eat dust. Yeah, a little bit. And Swiatek. As the return goes in the forehand of Kudermetova, Svitolina forehand return. Kudermetova goes up the line to the back and Svitolina. To the back of Kudermetova, but Kudermetova misses it wide. And it's advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina. To get the break. And that goes out by Kudermetova. Svitolina is up a set and a break. As she tries to force the rematch against Alex Eala. All right. Okay. See, I tell you what, some people just like to incite riots in the chat and just say ridiculous statements, and then everybody gets involved. Chat, don't get sucked in. All right? Salas and Eala are not going to play in their life. They're never going to play. They never were going to play. So don't get sucked into some 2-day-old account coming in here and trying to get you to fight. We don't need to even acknowledge that question. It's a silly question. It's an irrelevant answer. We don't need to give any answers. So don't get mad at probably a bot. Let's be honest. 2 days ago, with a generic name, probably a bot. Don't get sucked in. It's not even a question. Who cares? It's not nothing. We don't even need to know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make any difference. Don't get tricked. Love 15. Let's talk about the here and now. And can Svitolina beat Eala tomorrow? That's a way more relevant question. Let's talk about that. Love 15. As a return is too good by Kudermetova. If this goes 3, maybe the winner will be exhausted tomorrow. But yeah, that would be perfect for Eala if she can get a tied opponent tomorrow. She gets the day off as well, so that helps Eala. As we just serve from Svitolina. Into the back of Kudermetova. Svitolina forehand. To the back of Kudermetova, and Kudermetova hits it out. 30-15. As with a fault, second serve. Second serve. Svitolina, good second serve, 40-15. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve into the backhand is a let. And then she double faults, 40-30. Svitolina overhits the forehand, and we get to deuce. Deuce. As Svitolina serves a fault, second serve. As the return goes forehand to Svitolina. Forehand from Kudermetova. Svitolina gets it back to the forehand of Kudermetova, and Kudermetova hits a wide advantage. Svitolina to take the 4-2 lead. This game is grind? Yeah, it is. As the backhand return goes into the backhand of Svitolina, and Kudermetova hits a backhand win up the line. And we get back to deuce. Great return from Kudermetova, setting it up. Get the deuce. The fault, second serve. Second serve. There's a forehand rally. And that goes in the net by Kudermetova. Advantage Svitolina. As that goes out in the return from Kudermetova and Svitolina. 4-2 in the second. Sports is a business and empty stadium's not good. Well, so the thing is, right? The stadium was full for the Shelton match. So all the people that bought tickets, I'm pretty sure this is how DC would work. I'm not sure. Maybe DC doesn't have a night session. But if they do, the night session, you pay for the ticket for the night session. And if you don't stay for the second match, you've still paid the price. So you've paid for 2 matches. It's on the the customer to stick around. If they don't stick around, they have lost. They're wasting their money, right? So even if there's no one there now, there was a full stadium already. So those seats are empty because the people that bought the tickets, they've already paid for them. They left. So yeah, it's not a good look, but it doesn't make any. It's not really about the business. They've already the stadium's already paid for, right? They've already bought out. It's a sold out stadium. It's just that everybody left. Most people left after Shelton because Shelton's American. So it's not that there's no one. These seats have been sold. The empty seats have been sold. The people just left. And that's not a good look. But it's also a scheduling thing because they put Shelton on first. And being an American, obviously, they're going to watch Shelton, right? This is not for the average American audience. This is not a this is a good tennis match and a good tennis. Number 2 seed's a good player to watch as a tennis fan. But if you're an American and you're not really into watching tennis, you're not going to stick around for this. And if you're not really into watching women's tennis and you watch men's tennis instead, again, you're not going to stick around. But yeah, I'm a little surprised I didn't put Pegula on tonight, but it's because of Eala playing tomorrow night that they did this, probably. Anyways. So yeah, it's not it doesn't look good that there's no one there, but don't worry. The ladies, the seats have already been paid for. It's just the fans left, and that's their fault. That's their problem. They paid for 2 matches and they only watched 1. What a waste of money. Why would they waste their money? Why would you you paid for 2 matches and you only watched 1? I mean, that's on them. The tournament don't care because they've sold the ticket. So they've made as much money as they can from this match. And look, yeah, there's reasons why they wouldn't stick around. First match was a banger, so maybe they felt they got their money's worth anyway. It's a Thursday night in America. It's late in DC. People have work on Friday, blah, blah, blah. Again, the whole America factor, right? The fact that it's not an American playing right now, the interest for the casual fan is not there. The local fan is not there. So, yeah. But don't worry. It's the business is doing fine. It just is not a good look. But it's, again, they bought, tickets have been paid for. They're not looking back and going, oh no, we didn't sell enough tickets tonight. No, they sold all the tickets. All right. It'll be interesting tomorrow to see because Shelton's playing second tomorrow. The first match will be a non-American clash. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are there for Eala's match tomorrow. Which you'd expect there would be enough because she wouldn't have center court over Osaka, right? Osaka's on court 1 tomorrow. Eala's bumped Osaka off center court tomorrow, which is insane. It'll be interesting to see what the crowd looks like first thing tomorrow night when Eala plays, at this stage, Svitolina, and what the crowd looks like then, because that's the gamble that the tournament's taken the gamble on Eala tomorrow night to go, okay, well, we can sense that you're pretty popular. Let's see how popular you are. We're going to put you on nighttime prime time before Shelton, and let's see how many people show up. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be an interesting experiment. I'm sure there's going to be people show up for Eala and then stay for Shelton. So, and it's a Friday night, So yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting to see how the crowd look tomorrow. I'm sure the atmosphere is going to be electric, either like for Eala and then for Shelton. All right, 15:30. Kudermetova trying to break back. All right, 15:30. As we get a backhand wide by Svitolina. Kudermetova gets breakback points, 15:40. All right. 15:40. As Svitolina serves the forehand of Kudermetova, return the back to Svitolina. Kudermetova backhand again to the back of Svitolina. Kudermetova up the line. Svitolina gets it back with a forehand. Kudermetova forehand to get the backhand of Svitolina into the forehand of Kudermetova. Kudermetova in the nets. 30-40. You have to earn it to be on center court, higher rank. No, you don't. As we introduce, the tournament do not care your ranking. They care about how many people you're going to bring to the match. That's what they want. They're going to put the popular players on center court. It's a popularity. By the way, wild cards, especially the smaller tournaments, they're going to put, and we're going to see that tomorrow with Eala. Like, Eala's been on center court all week because the tournament know that she has fans that want to watch her. It's got nothing to do with higher rank. We've seen number 1. We saw at Wimbledon, we saw Sabalenka playing on court 2. She's literally the highest ranked player. She had to play this court too. Yeah, it's butts in seats. It's not solely based on ranking. Now tonight they put this match on tonight because number 2 seed, but again, like, no, it's not based on ranking. I mean, you're in your world, maybe you feel like it's the only way you're worthy is if you're top 10, you can be a 10 a court. Well, that's not how it works. That's not the world. You also get lower ranked players that are locals get center court. It's not always the, the number 1 in the world from Belarus getting center court Wimbledon. Sometimes it's Arthur Ferry, the wild card from Britain. It's whoever's going to bring the most fans to the crowd, in their opinion on the day. That's what the schedule's all about. As Svitolina gets the game 5-3. That's the business. That's the business. All right. Kudermetova serving to stay in the match. As we're falling up the line to the backhand of Svitolina. Backhand of Kudermetova is a drop shot in the net. Love 15. As the return goes to the net from Svitolina, 15-0. For many Pinoys, they only watch tennis for Eala. But Pinoys they're like me, have been watching tennis for decades. It is what it is. Yeah, but look, don't be a gatekeeper. Well, I get it, right? I hate when something I like that's niche gets popular. I'm the same as you, right? I get annoyed too. When I like a band I like, or a hobby, or something I like blows up and everybody then gets into it. And you're like, oh, you don't even like it a year ago. Now you love it? I hate that too, right? But I also, the more the merrier. Like maybe, being a Filipino tennis fan 2 years ago was niche. But now there's a lot more. So let's just embrace with open arms, and the more the merrier. It's good for the sport. If we got a whole new bunch of fans. But I get it. I get why you're angry. I get annoyed too. When there's a movie I like, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, that movie's the best. And I'm like, you hated that movie 12 months ago. Now you only like it because it's popular. We're called hipsters. Forehand rally. Volley winner by Kudermetova. That's 5-4. So I get it. But also, come on. Let's not gatekeep tennis. Everyone's welcome. Everybody's welcome. And kudos to you for watching more matches than just Eala, because, hopefully more people will be tennis fans through Eala. Don't be a gatekeeper, says Cam. Yeah, I was gatekeeping that tennis thing. But I told you about it, so, I told you, so I opened the gates, all right? All right. Center court is the organizer. This thinks who gives the most financial advantage into including prime time. Yeah. Rematch between Eala Svitolina. We might be there. We're only one game away. Svitolina will serve. Will serve for that. Five 5-4. Svitolina serving for the match. I'll tell you, seeing Svitolina tonight, Eala's got a big chance tomorrow. Svitolina has not been convincing in this matchup. And I feel like in her head, Svitolina playing Eala, I think Svitolina is going to have that memory of a couple of weeks ago in Berlin. And that was a night match as well. So, I don't know if, is Alex going to be favorite? It'll be 50-50. It has to be 50-50. Svitolina can't be the favorite outright. It's got to be a 50-50 tomorrow. At least, even Eala slight favorite. As that goes out in the return from Kudermetova, 15-love. I think Eala might be slight favorite. If I had to check. As at a backhand into the forehand of Kudermetova. Kudermetova in the net, 30-love. 30-love. Serve again. A7T, 40-love. I'll tell you, I just said Svitolina didn't look great. Now she's dominating this final game. 40-love. To play Eala tomorrow night in the rematch. It's going to be a heck of a match. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Kudermetova, and then Svitolina in the net, 40-15. I love Alex too, but what's cringe are these broadcasters asking popular players their opinion on Eala in press conferences who have nothing to do with her. I agree. I think it's getting a little bit ridiculous. The amount of... I don't like that stuff either. Serving the backhand, Kudermetova gets it back, and then Svitolina backhand is good. Lob goes up, but Svitolina puts it away. The rematch is on! Tomorrow night! It's going to be Eala taking on Svitolina, round 2. Kudermetova put up a good fight, but unfortunately had to win the first set. Svitolina is going to take on Eala. Ooh, here we go. Let's see if she puts up a better... Because the last time they played, that was only a few weeks ago in Berlin, and it was pretty easy for Eala. It was pretty unexpectedly simple. Like, she got through pretty unscathed. Svitolina didn't really do much. Couldn't really put up, didn't really threaten Eala much. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Svitolina versus Eala, round 2 in the quarterfinals. GG's. Can't wait for that. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Be a fun one. And I'll tell you, the organizers are probably breathing a sigh of relief because they're like, whew. All right, now we've got Eala versus the number 2 seed. So that night match looks like a blockbuster now. Because it would have either been... If it was Kudermetova or Eala, that's a bit more of a hard sell, especially for TV audiences in America. Like, why is this on TV at prime time? But now with the number 2 seed, I think they can sell it a little bit easier to the people that are not Eala fans to go, yeah, it's the number 2 seed versus Eala. It's a good match, trust me. Whereas it would have been a hard sell to have 2 unseeded players playing in the night spot when you got Pegula and the defending finalists in the first match of the day. So I think they're probably a little bit happy that it was Svitolina getting the win. And the rematch with Eala, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting match. All right. How are we doing? Blockbuster rematch tomorrow. Yep. It's going to be a lot of fun. What are we watching tomorrow in order? I have no idea in order, but I can tell you this. We've got Pegula versus Kalinskaya tomorrow. Osaka's playing tomorrow. Musetti versus Hodars tomorrow. We've got Shelton's on tomorrow. Obviously, Eala versus Svitolina's tomorrow. Demonor's playing tomorrow. Fritz is playing tomorrow. So a lot of big names playing tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get 50K viewers tomorrow. That ain't going to happen. If we can't get 50K viewers at a Grand Slam, then it ain't going to happen. We're not going to do a 500. And that's okay. We don't have to get 50K viewers to... for me to get out of bed. They didn't shake hands. Yeah, because Kudermetova, up until recently, was playing for Russia. And, I mean, if you've read the news over the last 5 years, you'll know the reason. Whoever wins tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a big match. I mean, the winner of that tomorrow will possibly play Osaka. So, Svitolina Osaka, Eala Osaka, very good matches either way. Don't count out Cocciaretto, though. Osaka has to get through her. But, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. This tournament's turning out to be very, very, very competitive. And I'm excited. On the men's side, too. I mean, this is a great warm-up into Canada in a couple of days. All right. Confident Alex can beat Svitolina tomorrow. I think Svitolina. I think Eala will be the favorite tomorrow. I'm expecting her to be the favorite tomorrow. I would be surprised if she was the underdog. I think Eala should be the favorite. Because I wasn't super convinced with Svitolina tonight. Is there a maximum live viewers you've had? Yeah, we had over 50,000 when we watched Wimbledon 2023. Wimbledon 23 final, Alcaraz Djokovic, which was one of the greatest finals of this generation. Hey, Juliet, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Svitolina was asked about her match against Eala. Well, yeah, that's her next match. Of course she'd get asked about that. It's the questions when, like, somebody on the other side of the draws got, like, I think the person that said that comment was talking about when somebody on the other side of the draw that is not even going to play Eala until the final gets asked a question about Eala. That shit's so annoying. Like, what do you think about Alex Eala's progress? It's like Jessica Pegula's not playing her. They're not even going to play until the final. Like, why are you asking that question? Ask the next opponent about Eala. But why are we asking, like, Naomi Osaka in the first round about Eala? Like, they're not even playing yet. They're not even close to play. Like, now they're close, but, you know, that shit's annoying. Why are we asking, like, why ask Ben Shelton about Alex Eala? Like, that shit doesn't make sense, right? I don't know if that happened, but, like, yeah, I totally agree that asking people that are not in Eala's direct competition, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point? Just to talk about Eala, get a reason to talk about her. It's like, okay, that person's just trying to get clicks on a video or whatever, all that bullshit, right? Well, they're just trying to do that. They're just trying to, you know. Well, if I ask Ben Shelton about her, maybe I can make a video about Eala that has nothing that is irrelevant to anything. Like, it doesn't make, who cares? You know what I mean? Why not ask LeBron? Exactly. I don't know if Ben. I'm just saying. I'm just using an example, but yeah, I find it weird. I find it weird for any player. I don't find just not like Eala. I'm talking about anyone. If a young player breaks out and everyone starts asking questions about, like Jannik Sinner, what do you think about Cruz Hewitt? Why does that make any? Who cares? At this point, who cares? I don't care what Jannik Sinner has to think about Cruz Hewitt. They're not playing. They haven't played. Who cares? Doesn't make any sense to have who cares about, and you always see it's so funny as well, because you see the players always get thrown by those questions. They're just kind of like, what a weird why are you asking me? Like, they're always so confused because they're like, I'm okay, I don't know. But they always say nice things because they don't want to be rude, but like they all look shocked when they get asked those questions. Like, the players get thrown up. They're like, why are you asking me about that match or that person? I'm not even playing them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you want my opinion on that person that I'm not playing? Like, but I agree. I think it's cringe as well. It's silly. It's just annoying. Just another excuse to make an article about Eala, and you go, well, there's a lot of things you could talk about Eala. You don't need to ask players about her to get a quote. Like, that's just getting a bit desperate, you know. Get some sleep, mate. It's 1 PM. I'm going nowhere. Any thoughts on LeBron going to Philly? No, I don't really have any thoughts. I'm a Lakers guy, so he's good riddance. See ya. We'll do it with Luka. Bron's just chasing championships, right? And so he should. I mean, he's what, 40, so why not? Go to the team that have the best chance of winning a title. Why not? You know, do you. Eala faced Noskova. It was her 6th straight tournament. She was taped up and bandaged and looked battered. Fair enough. But also, Noskova won Wimbledon, so, at the time, it might have felt like a bit of a bad loss. But then she won Wimbledon, so hindsight makes it look even less of a bad loss. But you're right. Eala came in there with a lot more wear and tear, so that could have played a part. But also, like I said, Noskova won the US Open, won Wimbledon. So she lost to the eventual Wimbledon champion. That is not a bad loss. Can Lucas still win? He's cute and looks like Cam, but he hasn't won a slam. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to win the US Open, but he probably wins an NBA championship. I don't know. Is Luka good at tennis? I don't even know. It puts Eala in a weird spot too, with everyone asking everyone else on tour about her. Yeah. I guess they ask as well because they want that one player to say something that's not glowingly praising, so then they could write a shit piece about how so-and-so didn't compliment Eala, and then it just makes it creates fake beef, and that's just annoying. So it's probably part of that as well. If I ask somebody and they turn around and go, why is that relevant? Then they'll make an article about this person doesn't think Eala's relevant, and then it starts shit for no reason. That's part of it too, right? The media do that shit. They try and, they're like, well, you have to say something nice. And if they don't, then they can, create some fake beef. I wish players would turn around and be like, why are you asking me? I wish they didn't have to smile and be like, yep, she's really good. And, obviously they're not going to say bad things about her if they don't think that, they're not going to make up things, but I wish they'd turn around and be like, why are you asking me things? Why are you asking me a question that has nothing to do with my next opponent? Stick to the topic. Like what you guys tell me all the time. Stick to the match. I want to see LeBron at the Olympics 2028. Well, maybe. Is he going? Is he going to the Olympics or is he in the team? I saw an article today in the headline saying Alex Eala responds to Osaka Nishikori's comments about her. Yeah, that's... Look, I can understand if the angle is talking about Asian tennis. Well, I can totally get that. Talking about how Eala's impact on Asian tennis when you're talking to two players that have impacted Asian tennis. If that's what the article's about, if that's the questioning, if they're asking Nishikori and Osaka about Eala's impact on Asian tennis and if they have any advice, because they've gone through it as very popular Asian tennis players, right? I could get that. I could see where they're coming from. It's a very nice, it's a very creative way. And it's interesting too. Osaka has been the face of Asian tennis for the best part of 10 years. And Nishikori the same. They're massive in Japan. So I could understand that they would ask those two about Asian tennis and what, do they have any advice for Eala? But if it's just something like, we're just asking random players about Eala so we can write an article about Eala. That's desperate. And that's desperate. There's a lot more things we could be talking about than the reaction of players to Eala. There's a lot more things. Come up with better. You can come up with better stories than just putting Eala in every headline. There's definitely more to talk about. But if it's about her impact on Asian tennis, and that is interesting. I would like to hear their comments on what they think about Asian, how they've dealt with Asian tennis responsibilities, right? But again, I haven't read the article and I haven't read anything. But yeah, just asking players about Alex Eala for the sake of it is kind of silly. That feels a little bit. It feels a bit of a desperate. I don't have anything to talk about, so let's make something about this. And you got to remember, journalists also are under the pump. So they need articles that are going to get clicks. So, unfortunately, And same with YouTube. YouTube's the same, articles, media, you got to cover the stories that people, there's a responsibility. I mean, they've got to do, if they don't, I mean, I don't know. I've never worked in a newsroom, but I'm sure that the stories that don't get as much coverage looks bad on you. So they got to do the Eala articles to get those clicks up so they can keep their jobs. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a little bit scraping the bottom of the barrel to try and be like, oh well, Osaka said this about Eala. Okay, was it productive? Did it was make any difference? Was it a good question? But it is what it is. That's the way it is. And look, I'll put my hand up. We do a lot of coverage of Eala, right? Because a lot of people want to know about Eala. I try my best to cover as much of other stuff as well. Obviously, being a one-man show, it's tough to make a lot of videos, and I can't stay up 24 hours and stream. So I get it. Like you gotta pick and choose. So I understand, but I mean, I'm not making a video about what Osaka said about Eala unless there was some beef, unless it was interesting. If it was just a general question, I don't. It's not newsworthy because I'm sure Osaka was complimentary. I don't think she would have said anything controversial. The internet and media put too much articles on Eala, and it gives birth to new haters. Well, I mean, look, it's like anyone, right? I mean, talk about The Rock, you talk about musicians, right? There is a thing called overexposure, right? If the more things that are made about a person, that people are riding the popularity of that person, there's going to breed more people that get sick of that person, right? And that they always see them in their feeds, and they always see them why are we talking about them again? Why, I get like that fatigue, right? People are going to get fatigued and then turn into haters, which is not fair on the person because they're just, it's not their fault. They're not writing the articles about themselves. They're not promoting themselves. They're just being asked to do the segments. They're being in the movies, right? They're doing the music. Like, it's not fair on Eala for people to hate on her. It's, it's just, I mean, she's always on my feed. She's always on my feed. Every second video seems to be WTA doing a segment about Eala. Even when she's in it for 2 seconds, she's the face of the video. And you're like, it's not even about her though. Like, I get it. I see it too. But I also understand on the media side of things too, right? That why it's happening. I love the Eala coverage. It's exciting for the sport as a whole. Yeah, and it's great to see new people into tennis through Eala. And the more she wins, the more legitimate the coverage is, right? I mean, the more, if she was losing all the time, but then she was coming up on everyone's feeds all the time, you'd be like, wait, hang on. But she's winning a lot. So, I mean, covering her journey, that's a cringy word. Covering her, that's cringy. Covering her, her progress is fun, right? It's been fun. Just like we're covering Cruz's progress today too, right? Anyways, you were first on the Eala bandwagon. Yeah, I built the bandwagon, so I drive the train. So I've been driving that train for 18 months. So yeah, I'm the driver of the train. Yeah, we've been watching her since. Well, we're gonna watch her against Badosa after she beat Penko in Miami. We were gonna watch her. We watched her play Keys, and then we're gonna watch her play Badosa, but she didn't play Badosa. So yeah, it goes way back. But I mean, you guys, credit to you guys. You guys brought up Eala in 2022 when she won the US Open. You know, and as soon as she won that US Open juniors, a lot of you were coming in here being like, hey, have you heard about Eala? So we knew about Eala when she won that junior. Like, I could sense there was something different about Eala back then, because a lot of people don't ask about juniors. So when people are starting to be like, hey, have you heard about this junior result? I'm like, that's a strange thing. Nobody talks about juniors, really. So yeah, I kind of had a bit of an inkling back then that Eala was... There was a different level of interest in Eala than there were for other juniors and other players. It only just took a couple of years later that we actually realized, oh, you know, the whole of the Philippines were waiting for Eala to break out. And when she did, you know, here we are, right? Yeah, I'm the conductor. Yeah. Anyways, I got to go out here and make a video about Eala. Who would have thought? 7664, the rematch is on tomorrow night, 24 hours from now. We've got Kudermetova putting on a good fight, but Svitolina too good. She gets it done. She's going to take on Eala tomorrow in the rematch, and we're going to be watching that one. Make sure you join us for tomorrow as well. We've got plenty of matches during the day. We'll cover a couple of them, probably cover Osaka as well. I'm really keen to see her. I love watching Osaka. And we might even watch, one of the men's matches too. I don't know which one. But I'll see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out.